Alright, hello everybody, this is Umbraze here, and I forgot to shave today. Alright, so yeah, recently I ended up doing a video about lightning, reviewing lightning in all of her glory, or so I thought. Because as it turns out, some people wrote me actually a comment saying, hey, Umbra, could you please show me the friend unit, the friend version? And yeah, unfortunately, at the time of recording, it's this balance of being like, wow, I'm really excited about a unit. I want to make a video about it. I want to tell people about how good this unit is. But also being a streamer, I do sometimes just do research live on stream. So, sometimes it doesn't necessarily work out. So, for those who I inconvenience terribly, apologize. But hey, no worries. We're going to take a look at lightning. And as a matter of fact, this weekend, I've been reworking and rebuilding my teams for a hope that in the near future I'll be able to really have a much better, much cohesive elemental team. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. And here she is in all of her glory on a pretty much pure mono elemental thunder team. So let's take a look at those stats really quickly. Now, this isn't necessarily the build that I would go with. I'm kind of thinking about what I want. I've been talking with some people lately to be like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this idea? What do you think about running her with this? And one of the TMRs that I've heard thrown around right now is Veneris heals, which I think is kind of interesting for a premise. Like if you're fighting against, let's say, some male characters. I mean, the obvious one is Astoria, who, like on the JP side, this is a TMR that actually has male killer. And honestly, it's not necessarily a bad TMR. As you can see, we're getting some agility for her. We're getting some aim, a little bit of HP. And I haven't personally settled on this. The one thing that we do know is that Lightning is really, really good at getting AP back. I mean, one of the initial impressions that we have is based on her AoE ability that can hit multiple people in Diamond. You know how in raids you always end up against bosses which have their little add-ons? Lightning can essentially hit both of them, kill them almost guaranteed every time, and get 30 AP back from that alone. As it turns out, the AP kill is guaranteed 15 per piece, so if you kill 2, that's 30 AP back. If you compound that with some other AP things, such as, I believe it's a accessory, a lower tier ring accessory that gives you some AP back, you can basically get around 40 to 45, which is pretty damn good. So yeah, let's go in here. We got this version of Lightning. I've already shown off her stats, and we'll get a little bit of a better idea in here once we get going. So yeah, double the lightning, double the pleasure, double the fun. The one thing I say that I'm still really impressed with her over the weekend, I mean, obviously being under, like, not in EX makes it a little bit hard to say exactly how much I like this unit. But I do think that she is quite strong, quite powerful, and interestingly, ours is going first over the other lane. Yeah, focus on that. We'll do this and get everything kind of nice and running here, so we can come do lots and lots of fun stuff this time around. We could just go like more of that. Maybe just get our tank going up here. We got the elemental resistance. We like the enemies to have a little bit extra. Now this is the super version of the lightning. Again, we'll just take a peek here. Look at those stats. I have seen some people with various combination of vision cards, especially if you have the FF7 vision card maxed, you can get potentially up to around 1700 attack. I honestly think that she doesn't really need it. I think it's a little bit overkill. I think you should probably maybe focus on some other stuff. I was more interested in getting mine's agility up potentially with a rune build later. But we also have this TMR, which is hers, which is kind of fun on a lightning team just because it synergizes super well with a lightning-based team. But yeah, let's just, we'll get Queen going here, and then we'll get these guys hopefully running in. Not. Alright, well, let's have some fun, shall we? And what's more fun than getting Frederica to just murder a bunch of people? There is a triple kill requirement on this map, so just think of it as that. So yeah, this is our cheaper version of Lightning. As you can see here, I'll just pull up this Lightning stats as opposed to the other ones. You can see 1180 here, does have Human Killer on it and everything, but you can get an idea for how much damage her Limit Burst is capable of dishing out really early. And here's her Diamond AoE, here is her Disable ability, and last but not least, her debuff skill. I've kept her on her primary job, at least for the meantime, and gonna figure out where exactly I want her in the future. So we're just gonna continue to buff ours and get a little bit of an accuracy buff here, and just get, you know, we're not in any super big hurry here. We're gonna bonk the slime, I guess. Now this Lightning is our stronger Lightning, so again, you can get an idea for what the cost of her abilities look like. I think we want to try and do her big one. I don't know if she's quite in range to get a super one. Here you can see the difference getting her max to make. So 11.9, and her Limit Burst here is doing about 1858. That is one thing we don't have yet, though. We don't have her buff. So let's get that going too. Again, not in any hurry. Queen is kind of a weird one in this party. Actually, like, the honest thing that I want to do is I really... Oh, look at this grouping. Oh, this is going to be awesome here. I do really want to see, like, Orlando to be in this party, but whether Orlando is good enough, not yet, I don't know. All right, so here we go. This is going to be, like, really, really, really powerful. And just so we can't get any other complaints, let's also turn on animations, which is something I forgot to do. All right. So yeah, you can see there 30 AP regenerated for that single hit. Pretty powerful. And now we're just going to get rid of the slime so we don't get poisoned. We don't want to get poisoned. Poison's nasty. I'm going to send Charlotte over here. Does Charlotte really need to kill? No. Could do some damage, but I guess we'll just speed debuff. Why not? Regular attack on Cloud. Someone out there is gonna be like, wait, but why? So yeah, Lightning is, like, as I've said, is super self-reliant on dealing damage. We did lose, I think, our TMR buff here, but it'd be okay. We'll take this, or do we want this? That's our diamond. We'll do Diamond AoE. Just so yeah, it costs us 28 AP there, and we're regenerating 30. What a value! But this is what I mean by I think Lightning's going to be really good in everything. The barrier keeps her is good to just keep herself alive, which is really valuable. But then you also have just a ton of assault capabilities, and AP regeneration is just incredibly high on this character. Alright, so this is our Lightning. And yeah, we can kind of see what Fred's doing on our current build. Fred also still feels a little bit weak, but not too terrible. I still think her status effects are worthy of potentially being run in this party, but long term, don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. And you know, we never get to see the Guard Scorpion. Let's bring the Guard Scorpion out. Zap! And then we'll let Lightnings take care of the boss. Also giving that buff so we can see real attack power. We're gonna try and set this up so we can do as much damage as possible, which I think is really fun always. Not that. Is it that one? I guess hers isn't like fully powered yet. She's not. Wah, sad. All right. come closer. Excellent. Now we get to have fun. So we're going to just double lightning this and see how this goes. Or we're not, because lightning's just going to murder it by herself. But we get to see the limit burst, so that's cool. At like 3 times speed. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a much better idea of the difference, but how quickly lightning's damage scales. As opposed to a lot of more recent characters that I've seen, boy, does lightning is lightning one of those characters that you see immediate and amazing impact. Also should be note that both of the lightnings that you saw this evening were running +5 versions of their new weapon. This is the crafted one. No, I still haven't gotten the actual one to drop from this mission yet, but I know some people have, so RNG's 8 each. But the last thing I want to end this video with is something that I did not get to show in the previous video that is probably did go up before this, and that's to do with this. And this is a brand new feature. Look at this. You can spend 160 if you're not careful. We'll spend 5, I think. So one of the new features that we are able to do is basically use a X number of we'll just throw in anything right now. Just need the practice armor. But you are able to use multiple keys at a single time. And again, as we were talking about in the previous video, another thing you are able to do is just preload up ovalites or orbs, multicolored Ozma. I'll just call them Ozma orbs. That's actually a really fun name for them. But we're able to load these up beforehand and basically just auto this and make it really, really much easier than previously. At least on the JP side, we had to manually use one of these at every time. So if Global already has this, great. If not, probably something you're going to want to get in the future. So here's some bonus footage of just seeing some extra characters do their thing. Which is mostly going to be Mama Helena, I think. Mashery's just a little bit too slow to do stuff. But hey, we're farming bravery at the same time. And look at this, you even get to see Hope do a very basic attack. And that's one thing I'm going to throw in this video that will also be in the Hope review. I have no clue, for the life of me, why they decided to make Hope's weapon behind a 3-day login. And while normally you'd be like, wait, Umbra, you don't, I mean, it's just a 3-day login. But it's so annoying just because of the fact that you get the character on day 1, you get his vision card on day 1, and there is no other weapon for Hope. Hope's weapon is a brand new type. So actually right now, I just have the just kind of sad, unfortunate that like for his review and everything, my copy just doesn't have access to that, which it just drives me more than a little crazy. More than a little, not too terribly much, but boy, is it kind of frustrating to just be like, hey, it would be nice if I could use this. And the game's like, no, you can't use it. But yeah, really happy with Lightning. She's one of those characters, much like the Warrior of Crystals, that just really scale very quickly a lot of the time in how capable they are, even at necessarily low levels. But getting them into EX is absolutely, of course, required because they are just get even better. And Lightning is just so capable of dealing so much damage so quickly. And I really like the way that she's fitting in on this team. I mean, Orlando is a big question mark, and a question mark that we'll probably have an answer to, I think, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, depending on when the news drops in game, which will give us an early look at partially what they are doing with the character. And that's important. Like, that is just really important forward. We need to know what effectively Orlando looks like and whether or not he would or not. And so, yeah, we're just kind of watching the exact same thing happen. So I think I've said everything I need to say. Hopefully this was informative and you could see the stats and everything of what Lightning generally looks at. Her resistance is, that's the only other thing I'll say. It just didn't really change that much from what I previously showed. And based on the equipment they equipped, you can probably get a general idea of how that has altered, but base resistances should be in So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for myself and then review Hope. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.